like Adderall and Molly have in common?
Testing.
You know?
Yo.
Like, they make it real easy. They make it real easy.
Where the fuck's my phone at?
To want to fuck, but real hard to nut.
Adderall?
Adderall and Molly.
Wait, you can't nut on Adderall?
I mean, you can. It just it's
Takes a lot of time.
it takes longer. Yeah, because you gotta understand what happens. Like when you're fucking, bro, like the blood flow to the cock, right?
Cock.
Right.
Right.
It's really, but the problem with Adderall is that it makes it so that you have a higher heart rate, but it's a weaker pulse. You know what I mean? Like,
Okay.
and so that makes it harder for you to get that big, you know what I'm saying? The nut, you know, because when you nut, like, any bitch will tell you, right? Like, it feels bigger inside her right before you nut. It just grows that bit more.
Yeah.
Because you got all that blood growing and you're saying, all right, let me give you these kids.
Right.
And you give her the fucking kids. You know what I mean? But on Adderall, it's harder. You got less blood circulating in the cock. And the bigger your cock, the harder it is.
Need more blood.
Because you need more blood. Yeah, I said the harder it is. I don't mean that as a pun, folks. I mean, it becomes more difficult.
Hey, okay.
You know what I mean?
Jokes.
Anyways.
Dude, Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
I can't believe we made it.
We definitely made it, man. We're here, you know?
Woo!
And
Happy Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays to everybody. We haven't potted in like a month.
Hanukkah. You celebrate Hanukkah?
I'm about that too.
You about Hanukkah?
I'm about it.
What about Kwanzaa?
Kwanzaa.
They just made that shit up like a few decades ago. You know that?
I've heard. I used to hear that in school when I was a
Bro,
kid.
people think that shit is like some ancient African holiday. Like, bro, that shit was made here in the United States.
Kwanzaa.
Kwanzaa was made here a few decades ago, bro. It's like being a black Mormon. Like,
Who celebrates Kwanzaa?
I don't know, some fucking... I've never met anyone that celebrates Kwanzaa, to be honest with you.
That is based. But yeah, dude, what did you do for Christmas? Or like, did you get any cool gifts?
I was with the family.
The whole time?
I was with the family the whole time, and then New Year's.
What did you do for New Year's?
Let me tell you something about these Cuban New Year parties that we have, right? Because we go over there and, my God, the second you walk in, they want you to eat and get fucking drunk, right? Just 2
That's
seconds
kind of the
in.
initiation.
That's how you got to do it. There's no other way. And the whole thing is pork. If you're a Muslim, you can't be around us.
For sure.
It just won't work. I'm sorry.
A whole pig will just be there chilling.
You can, but you won't have much to eat. Maybe you could eat some cake or some shit, but it's just the meat, bro. It's pork. You know, we had a whole pig, you know.
You like pork?
I fucking love it. If it's well cooked, I fucking love it.
I used to have a Muslim friend in New York. I just always remember that. That's like one of the like earliest signs of religion for me.
He does not partake in the consumption of swine.
He was Muslim, yeah. So he was like, I remember we were eating Spam at the crib. And I think my parents had offered him. Oh shit, this should turn off. Oh, no. My parents had offered him, and then he was like, "Oh no, I don't eat that." And then he had told me like, "Yo, yeah, I'm Muslim," and I was like, "Wow, this is interesting."
I've met some Muslim people around here.
But damn, not eating pork though, man. Pork is one of the greatest. Like,
what I wouldn't be able to do is if it was cow meat. You can't. That's not God. That's Satan. If you tell me not to eat cow meat, you know what I mean?
You're big on beef? No homo?
You gotta see why you gotta make it that way. Now you made it weird.
Just asking, brother.
But look, you gotta be able to eat cow. You know
that shit is good, right?
Shit is fucking amazing.
You like drinking milk?
You gotta drink some milk.
You're not the almond milk guy?
The almond milk? What fucking Gentile shit is that? What
soy boy shit?
What are we doing?
Is that
here?
what they say? Soy? You're soy or some shit?
Yeah, I'll drink almond milk if it's chocolate, you know.
I tried it. I don't know. It was alright.
There's different ones, you know, but I'm saying like an almond should not be treated that way. You know what I mean? It's cruel.
Those are nuts just being
squeezed out of their essence, you know what I mean? Like, it's fucked up. That's just how I feel about the matter. But moving on to other things, Mike, we got to get into the meat of the situation. We got to get through the petty shit.
Let's go.
Before we get to the crazier shit, because I know you understand this whole situation that's been going on with Mr. Andrew Tate.
The top G himself?
I want to make this very clear to folks, right? The issue with Andrew Tate, really, in terms of the public eye, in terms of what people saw, at least on Twitter,
Okay.
right? Because I would not know about this shit if it wasn't for Twitter. Like,
I mean, yeah.
But
True.
what I really saw was him flexing. Andrew Tate was flexing about his 33 cars.
Oh, okay, yes.
He said 33, right?
He did say 33.
He must be a master mason.
Listen, he's
Well, not a grandmaster, whatever the fuck they call it. They got a fucking different name for everything.
his dad was in the CIA.
Fuck out of here.
Promise.
Andrew Tate's dad was in the CIA?
Look it up.
He must be an op.
That's a lot of people. That there was a theory about some guy that put out that like,
'Cause
he,
you know-
he could be part of the agenda type shit.
You know, what's his name? Anyways, let's go with the story.
Go
right?
ahead.
What ended up happening is that he got into this altercation when he was flexing about having 33 cars, right? So
Okay.
Andrew Tate is talking about having 33 cars, and then what happens is he mentioned Greta Thunberg in that Twitter post where he's flexing about those cars that he has, right? And
Why did he? Because
they
for
waste-
the people who don't know, give some context.
he wastes so much emissions on those cars. They're all like 16. It's a Bugatti. A Bugatti is like has like 16 pistons.
That shit's killing shit.
So that shit is just like evaporating dinosaurs by the
100%.
second,
Yeah.
right? And basically, he's like taking pride in that shit. He's sort of like the fuck the global warming bullshit and all that. And he,
For people who don't know, Greta is a climate change.
we'll get to. Oh yeah, we'll definitely get to
Okay.
Greta Thunberg.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
she's well. The if I was to be respectful, I would just say she's a climate change activist, right? She wants
All right.
wants us to do something about climate change, the situation with climate change, and the continuous heating up of planet Earth and all that shit.
Right.
But Andrew Tate mentioned her in the post, and she basically reacted by saying something like, feel free to message me at Small Dick Energy
At getalife.com type shit.
Yeah, she basically was telling me he has small dick energy and he needs to get a life, you know?
I thought it was funny that her email was small dick energy.
Yeah, yeah. But I feel like his response was so weak.
Yeah, he didn't top
That
it.
shit was weak, bro.
What did he put, like, how dare you or some shit?
Yeah, he put how dare, but then he made a fucking video where he's eating pizza.
Oh.
Like, this is his response to Greta telling him that he has small dick energy and he needs to get a life.
What
right?
could he have possibly said to that,
Bro,
though,
I'm
dude?
sorry, but you put yourself in this situation, bro. It's a fucking 19-year-old fucking girl, and you're out here like...
No, he took that one, but like, oh my
That's
god.
an L. I'm sorry, bro. But Greta Thunberg is an interesting case. Anyways, you know what happened after that whole situation with Andrew Tate, you know, after that Greta Thunberg shit? Some people are saying that apparently when he made a video responding, he was sort of ordering these pizzas, talking about how they're non-recyclable, right? You can't recycle them. So he was like shitting on the climate activist shit. And apparently the police over there in Romania used the name that was on those pizza boxes, the name of the restaurant, to be able to track him down, know that he was in Romania, and arrest him.
To be sure of it, yeah. People claim that was actually not true, but
I don't know if it is or not.
But yeah, that is what's been going all around Twitter and shit, and fucking. I didn't even see the pizza box video, but apparently people were like, "Oh my God, Pizzagate! Don't you guys see this?" Like, I'm like, bro, like people are so funny.
I think it seems because I heard a lawyer talk about it.
Okay.
He's actually a defense attorney,
Okay.
and he defends a lot of people that have like murder charges and shit.
Is he one of those YouTubers that
He makes YouTube videos
Oh
where
my
he
God,
analyzes cases. He's like, this shit.
especially rappers and shit?
He also this guy that I'm talking about, folks. He mentioned somebody else in another video. Well, he mentioned himself in another video when he was talking about how easy, you know, it would be he would not be surprised at all
Okay.
if he ended up finding out that Andrew Tate in the future was getting a charge for this type of shit, right?
You talking about the tweet that was like written mad long ago?
No, it's not a tweet.
Oh, okay,
This was this lawyer that I'm talking about. He was quoting himself in another video.
Okay.
And then he
Just saying that, right?
And then he comes back to the video and he's saying, well, look, I told you so, and let's look at some of the shit that he says, because part of what this lawyer does is he looks at a bunch of rappers, for example, and he'll be like, these guys are snitching on themselves. Like, he has like hats and t-shirts that say stop self-snitching.
I've seen it. I think I know. He's like a white guy, right?
Yeah.
I've seen it.
And he goes on to talk about the Andrew Tate situation. He's like, this guy talks way too much. Like, he's basically talking about how, these women, they don't go outside. They don't get to go outside. They don't get to go anywhere. Yeah, he's basically self-snitching in that situation.
That's a stretch.
And all of that is going to be used in court against him. And all the shit he's talked about hitting women. He's talked about it's not like it's a rap song. That's him talking. He does this shit. He says that type of shit when they're interviewing him, when he's in a podcast, when he's doing whatever.
Yeah, but he's not committing crimes,
right.
though.
But it's going to lead to that suspicion. And the problem isn't that. The problem is convincing people that you're actually more innocent than guilty.
Is there a chance that possibly, like, people are just coming together, I guess, like, the government, or a government, maybe Romania, I don't know, is afraid of his influence or don't like his influence?
Bro, I got to get some proof.
I mean, we got to get some proof for what you just said as well.
We do. And I agree. We do got to get some proof. I'm not saying he's guilty.
No, yeah.
I'm just saying it looks bad. The way that he talks about shit, like, he talks like somebody that's into that type of shit. And
but I think
the business that he set up.
Hustlers University.
No, not that business. The business that he had before, what he did with these chicks.
With the camp shit, right?
Because what he claims is that he got 5 chicks that he was dating all at the same time. He put them all on a flight with him. And none of them knew. None of these 5 chicks, they all thought they were his girlfriend. They didn't know that they were in a fucking, relationship with a bunch of people.
Okay.
And they all show up and they see each other and they start bitching and moaning. And then, 3 of them leave and 2 of them apparently stayed. That's what he says.
Okay.
And the 2 that stayed, he started doing, cam shows with them or whatever, like some fucking porn shit.
Right. I've heard
He's
of this.
basically pimping these chicks out. They didn't even know. Right, and so he's pimping these chicks out, and he gets them there, and apparently he ended up growing it to a situation where it was like 80-something of these chicks or some shit like that.
Technically, though, I feel like that's so legal now. Pimping? Yeah. In a sense, like, there's like businesses where people manage OnlyFans girls.
There's a thin line.
That's what I'm saying, though. But like, to a degree, it's like that's pretty much pimping, though.
But he does be going around talking about how he'll hit a bitch. Like, he's not.
I've never seen that.
I saw the video.
What video? Oh, apparently they were playing.
Talking about slapping bitches and shit.
Oh, I don't know about that. I've never seen that. He said he would like what?
He said that.
That he just enjoys what, slapping bitches?
No, not that he enjoys it, but he mentioned some circumstance. The chick didn't hit him in this circumstance.
Okay.
So he just says, "Pow!" Like, he just fucking punch him, And then of course he can always defend himself by saying, "Look, I'm being flamboyant here. I'm just exaggerating a bit. Doesn't mean I'll actually beat a chick up. Like, bro, use some fucking context clues. I'm fucking around here,
Yeah, I mean, yeah. To a degree, like, I think he is like a big character. He plays a character for a lot of his, like, just branding, trying to make money.
Yeah.
He's trying to be out there. So to an extent, I feel like he does play like this character. Now, I don't know if he actually does this or that, but I don't know. I just don't see. Why would he want to do that? I feel like isn't he like fucking rich as hell? Why would you need to like do all that to bitches and shit?
He is.
To women?
I don't know what's happening, because it's part of like the issue is like, because you could apply that same argument like, they're rich as hell, they don't need to do that.
Sure.
Like Cosa Nostra, right?
Which is bad. That's a bad example.
Look at Cosa Nostra, right? Like the whole point of the mafia guys was to become legit.
Right.
But they couldn't do it. They were millionaires. They had a shitload of money, but they couldn't go legit. They were too involved to be able to just seize operations.
I feel you.
And so once you're in this shit, it's very difficult to get out. And I have no idea what shit he was in, or if he was in any shit at all, right? Because I still don't have any evidence for or against this shit. I haven't done some deep dive, like... Right.
I mean, I don't... As far from what I've seen, I don't think the man's guilty. Now, if evidence comes out...
Bruh, but you're a fan.
I wouldn't say I'm a fan.
Bruh.
I wouldn't say I'm a fan. Do I think some of the shit he says is funny? Do I think he's entertaining? Sure, I guess. But I don't know. I don't see him... This is just me speculating.
But my thing is, if you claim that you want to help, like, young men, you don't
think he does in any way?
Because there's a failure in masculinity. Like, don't you think it would make sense for you to fucking...
to play that role,
not
for
be
real?
ambiguous, so they can know when you're being, facetious and fucking around versus when you're actually making a serious point?
Yeah, that's a good point. Sure.
Because it's very difficult to help people if you were a guidance counselor and you were like, and I fucking pimp slapped that bitch, you know, and then
Like he'll just have those moments where he's like, yeah, fuck that bitch, I'll pimp slap her or whatever. Like
where it becomes difficult to tell if he's fucking around or not. Not necessarily about that.
Right.
Because you could easily go with something less serious, but it could still have an impact on someone. So if you want to help someone, the best way to fucking do it is to be straight up and not be
at all times.
You know,
Like
yeah.
fuck, you gotta be a fucking perfect person.
No. Just be straight up about what you're saying. Like,
Straight
be
up
clear.
with your message, always.
Be clear. Like, don't be in a situation where people can't tell whether or not you really mean what you're saying.
Okay, sure. I mean, other than that, I haven't heard of any. What else is like Andrew Tate? What are like some bad things he said or like?
Oh, I mean, you could debate whether or not shit he's. It doesn't. At the end of the day, it doesn't really matter what he said in terms of the case, right? Because that has nothing to do with whether or not.
Yeah, that's different. Yeah.
With whether or not he's really guilty of the shit he's accused of, right? It has nothing to do with it.
You've ever seen what's that podcast called? PDB.
PDB.
It's like it sounds funny, but it's that guy that's like super. He's like super rich. He's interviewed big people. He's interviewed like Kobe, Shaq. It's like a capitalist podcast.
Did he interview Richard Wolff?
Yes.
I think I know. He's sort of like an Indian guy.
Yes, that guy. My point is, they were talking about the case, and apparently, from what he said somebody hit him up and told him like that some type of like government is like against Tate, or like they're trying to do something to him but not because of human trafficking, but it was something with money laundering and like
Somebody hit him up.
somebody that's close to like Tate's universe, I guess. I don't know. That they, he knows somebody from somewhere.
Bro, that's not even hearsay. That's like secondhand hearsay.
I mean, he said somebody legit. I just don't remember at the top. I'm fried, but
I'm just saying, bro. Like that shit.
Because he's interviewed Tate as well.
I know, but
And like they're probably close. Who knows?
I'm sorry, bro.
That's all I can say for defense for Tate. But other than that, I truly don't know.
See, but what do you think is a stronger? What do you think is a stronger case? Like the shit that this guy says someone told him about Tate, or the shit that Tate said himself?
Yeah, but that's
What's
not
gonna
enough.
hold up more in court?
Him slapping bitches, which I truly, obviously is horrible, is not enough for me to be like, yo, this guy just human traffics girls.
I'm
like,
just
fuck
asking,
it.
like, what sort of thing is closer to evidence? Not that it is evidence.
I mean, has Andrew Tate even spoke about anything after all this?
Yeah, he's been tweeting shit.
Has he released? Has he been released?
Yeah, he was released.
So he's out on bail, I'm assuming, or something.
He's out. I don't know how the system works over in Romania, but yeah, he's out.
That's interesting. Well, I don't know. I mean,
that I know of. I saw when they released him. I saw the videos.
And he hasn't spoke anything about it, like, oh.
He's been tweeting and shit. Bro, I don't know. I'm not up to date on this guy.
Right.
Like I'm not.
Okay. Well, yeah, I don't know, man. Let's see what happens, I guess. Other than that,
there's the Greta Thunberg shit that
let's get back into her. I have no idea
First
who
of all,
she
you
is.
saw her. You know what she looks like now.
Now I seen her. Yes,
you know
after
she's 19.
Okay.
Would you?
First of all, she is autistic as well.
She has Asperger's. Yeah, that's.
Oh, she has Asperger's. Okay.
That's an advanced form of autism. So.
Oh, okay. Okay, like Elon, right? Elon has Asperger's.
She has like a normal intelligence, right? She doesn't have intelligence issues or anything like that.
So what is it? What is Asperger? Like social issues?
It's hard to describe autism in general. Like social issues is definitely a part of it.
So why even like have the tag out there? Like,
and like being
autistic.
overstimulated by your environment can also be a huge part of it. Like in severe cases of autism, there'll be some people like they have their entire room set up a certain way, and if you move one thing, they lose it.
That's funny. Would you?
But would you?
Nah. I'll pass.
You pass?
I'll pass on Greta.
You pass on Greta?
She ain't all that, bro. And
She ain't gotta be all that.
She's mad young.
She's 19. That's legal. What are you?
I'm good, dog.
Bro, what are you? Bro, these people in the United States made everyone scared of fucking. Everyone is scared of fuck. Like, bro, she's 19.
Listen, if I thought there was a really,
I'm sorry. At 19, you know whether or not you want to fuck someone.
I'm not against that, but I would have said like if 20 up, I would have been like, all right, cool.
Bruh,
she's still on the team, the 19.
You're on some bullshit.
She's still in like.
I'm sorry, bro. No.
You smashing Greta?
I'd smash Greta. I'll fuck Greta. I don't give a fuck who says anything. I'll smash Greta. Hit me up.
Oh man. Why is Greta a fucking activist for climate change? Who the fuck hired her?
Let me tell you what's going on. First of all, I looked into who her parents are. There's some very woke activist types.
Oh, God.
And basically what's happening with Greta is this. She's this young girl who a few years ago, she was, you know, she was in her mid-teens, right?
All right.
And apparently she has Asperger's, so she's inclined to be like really focused on a small group of topics and like not very interested in other topics.
Okay. Interesting.
Which is
Climate change is one of them?
That's common in autism.
Okay.
Right. I don't know her. I'm just saying I assume this is part of what contributed to that.
Right.
But what ended up happening is she got like really, you know, worried about this climate change shit, and she decided to take a strike from school.
Interesting.
Right. So she stood outside with like a fucking, you know, with like some fucking board and shit.
For what? What was the
for
cause?
like climate change.
Oh, for climate change.
Like just do something, you know. You adults, you're killing me by destroying the environment and destroying the planet.
Wow.
And it's going to become toxic, and you guys have to do something to stop this if you're going to ask me to get an education, because I'll have nothing to look forward to if the planet is destroyed. Right. That was basically a gist of it.
Okay.
And bro, they made her mad famous after that. She ended up speaking everywhere. She spoke at the World Economic Forum. She went all over the fucking place.
No way. She went to the big dogs?
Bro, Klaus Schwab is pimping that girl. I'm telling you.
Oh my God. She made it all the way over there?
And now there's a bunch of other kids like in other countries and in her country that they're also.
She's like the teacher's pet.
They're also on a school. No, she left the school. She hasn't been. Bro, she still hasn't come back.
She doesn't go to school anymore, for sure.
She doesn't.
Oh, man. So what, she's like fucking rich and famous now?
I don't know if she's rich and famous, but...
She got money.
I assume, yeah.
For sure.
I mean, you gotta have some money in that situation, right? Like, when you're that famous, bro, the opportunities come at you, whether it's for a commercial or like they're paying you to speak at an event, whatever it is, the opportunities come up.
I seen like a post about how Greta's like part of the agenda. She's like in a bunch of pictures with one eye, like covering one of her eyes on some weird Illuminati shit.
I mean, I've seen those pictures, but that to me, for the most part, is probably like cameramen probably told her to do that.
Yeah, but why do they tell her to do it? And why is it always that specific pose with certain people?
You gotta ask the cameraman.
Yeah. That I've always wondered of that. Like, they do that in music a lot too.
Well.
And, you know, that's where all the Illuminati videos were born in YouTube and shit.
Yeah, you see a lot of that. You see a lot of the symbolism, the checkerboard, that you see a lot in some videos, some music videos. On the ground, there's like a checkerboard, like black and white boxes.
I feel like that's not even a thing anymore, though. It's crazy. I feel like that kind of died. Like, that little, like, phase of, like, those extremely symbolic videos.
The Illuminati videos?
Yeah, like...
You think it was a phase in hip-hop? Like, it just...
100%. Like, when you look at music videos now, you don't really, like... and I'm big on, like... I mean, maybe I don't watch that much music videos anymore, but since things are so independent-driven, where it's not, like, behind a label or some shit...
Yeah.
I feel like there's a huge decrease in that.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead. I was done.
I think, all right, let's take a look at one of the most famous artists right now, right?
Drake?
Think about Bad Bunny.
He is huge.
He's fucking enormous.
Biggest artist right now in the world. Yeah.
But think about Bad Bunny. Like, look at the way he dresses, right? Like,
oh, I knew you were going to come to this.
Look at that shit.
I knew it.
Just look at it.
I knew it.
Right?
Here we go.
And tell me this isn't having an influence. Bro, all right, he's Puerto Rican, right?
Okay, yeah, he is.
And como Boricua, right? I got neighbors that are Puerto Rican.
Sure.
And, bro, one of these guys went outside. He's young, so I'll give him that. But dude was wearing a fucking long-ass earring on one side only.
Swag.
And other than that, he was dressed up like a normal man. And I'm thinking to myself, when the fuck...
How old was he?
I mean...
If you had to say.
I don't know, fucking 20...
Okay.
23?
Young guy. Okay. And what, that bothered you? You thought that was the Bad Bunny influence?
No, it didn't bother me. I'm just saying, like, this is clearly an influence of, like... Because, like, back then, like, these fashion trends, they didn't exist.
That's not even true.
That's 100% true.
Nah, yeah. I wouldn't agree with that.
Fashion industry did not exist before the Industrial Revolution.
I mean, it's kind of new, sure, but like you're saying, those fashion trends didn't exist.
Yeah, they did not exist.
Never. It's you think you're saying it's like a new age thing?
Yeah, the only thing that would make it change was like 100-year period, and that's basically because they changed the manufacturing of the shit. Because it wasn't like now where you can have like a million different factories where you make a million different types of clothes. You couldn't do that back then.
Okay, so back to Bad Bunny.
Clothes was basically to not look like a whore.
I mean, yeah.
And then on top of that, to be able to be comfortable.
How long ago was that though? When did that end?
When did the Industrial Revolution start?
Or when did the trend start where it's like this trend of like...
I mean, in the late 1800s to the early 1900s is when you started seeing like that, the legit, like the trends started popping up and you started seeing like the influence of it, you know? And now it moves a lot faster. Now because companies keep wanting to change shit up.
So you think Bad Bunny dressing the way he does is implemented by somebody behind him, or like it's a strategy?
I think anyone that gets a record deal that's that high up doesn't just get the record deal and get left the fuck alone to make their own decisions. I think you get a record deal and you get 1 million people around you.
Right.
And a lot of
in
them
your ear telling you what to do,
to influence you.
Sure.
And there's a lot of motivators, right? They're basically grooming you to be a certain way. And this is pretty clear, right? Even Dave Chappelle talked about this type of shit, you know, where they want him to wear a dress and shit like that.
He didn't fuck with that.
They keep pressuring him to do it, and
Martin Lawrence did it.
You lose opportunities, and if you complied, if you don't comply or you say that you don't want to do it, then you maybe, I'm sure somebody called him homophobic or some shit because of that.
Yeah.
Right. Or transphobic or whatever phobia you want to imagine, right?
Yeah.
And that this is the type of shit that happens all the time in the music industry. And a lot of dudes will be like, listen, I'll fucking wear whatever the fuck you want me to wear if you pay me that shit. And if it'll keep, and if you tell me it'll boost.
It's pretty much just selling your soul, you know, depending how much the price is.
It is selling your soul, but it's like no one's going to give you a contract if they can't work with you. There's a lot of people that could do the type of shit that Bad Bunny does. I don't think people understand. They think that it's just like him and he's just this creative genius and there's nobody behind the work that he's doing.
No,
bro. He has teams of fucking people helping him with lyrics, helping him with vocals, helping him helping him come up with shit to talk about, everything.
I heard he has a really good deal though. Like that's something that's been like talked about a lot. Like he has like actually like I think it was like a 75-25 deal. Like, so like he's getting a lot of money for it. Like
that is a lot.
It actually turned out in his favor or some shit. But I mean, yeah, there's always, labels are always gonna do what's in their favor.
But there's always a lot of appendages to shit. There's always a lot of things that
appendages?
That are just things that are added on to something, things that are stuck to the contract that you sign. I don't mean any devil worship. I'm not talking about that. Fuck that.
Okay, then forget that. What's the reasoning for the less masculine dressing?
Oh, well, that's being done on purpose.
What's the reason? Is it some woke shit? Is it like trying to get people more accepted?
No, I think the woke shit is just the philosophy that's used to excuse it. Because I think the main idea here is for people to reproduce less. And part of that has to do with the promotion of everything that's not heterosexual.
Hello, gay,
or regular gender, right? So it's the idea of increasing that, creating less distinction between a man and a woman, right? And sort of like molding people from a very young age to get used to seeing like a man dressed like a woman. And of course, back then it was started as something funny. Now it's being presented as something and then it eventually becomes something that's considered normal, right?
Let me challenge you on that. I've always thought, like, how do I say this? I mean, sure.
No, I'm not saying it's good or bad. I'm just saying.
Right. But what is your thoughts on like movies including not a heterosexual relationship?
Oh, I don't give a fuck. It's a movie. I mean,
even if it's for younger kids.
What about for young? Oh, you mean like if it's a what do you say, like on Disney or some shit like
Let's
that?
Let's say it's
example,
for Disney.
Right?
Let's say the relationship is between two dudes. They're gay, but they don't do anything crazy. But but it is just a relationship that's in the movie. Let's say it's just like there's a couple of them and then one of them just happens to be gay.
Well, I think primarily that if people were given the option, for the most part, between being born, you end up gay or you end up straight.
Okay.
I think most people would want to be straight because it does come with certain benefits. First of all, you can actually reproduce in a way that's comfortable.
Yeah.
You don't have to go and fucking adopt some kid or some shit or get some. You don't have to rely on 21st century technology to be able to, have a kid that actually has your genes, right?
Right.
So things like that, for example, and I think that it would be good to set a certain standard, because if there is no standard, then there's nothing for people have reference points.
You think that's gonna hurt like the future generations of like populating?
I think in general, all these trends that we're seeing, where they're being a distortion of regular ideas of what it means to be.
It's not the traditional.
Yeah, and it doesn't have to be that traditional, to be honest with you. And it's not that I'm trying to impose my own bias about saying here's where you draw the line. I'm saying that the lines do have to exist, because society as a whole needs reference points, especially at a young age, for what it is that a person is supposed to do or what it is a person is supposed to be like. And that reference point doesn't mean that if you don't follow it, you're a fucking asshole or you got to be treated like shit. What it means is that this is sort of the general idea of how to guide yourself, right? And how to behave in life. And the issue is that if people don't have any of those reference points, then people they lose morality. Because a morality based on, just accept everyone the way that's not a morality. That doesn't tell you as an individual what your goals in life should be, what you should do, how to be kind. Not just say be kind. What the fuck does that even mean? How do you be kind, right? What does that mean? What duties and responsibilities should you have as a man? What are the differences in life between a man and a woman? How should a man treat a woman? How should a woman treat a man? Right? And this idea that there's no difference.
You think having like a different, like a gay relationship in the film or whatever would change things like that?
I don't know. That's part of the issue. I don't know what effect it'll have.
Like if it becomes like a current thing where it's just like normalized, like, hey, like every other kid movie, some will have like heterosexual regular stuff, and then some would have like maybe some that are into that.
I think human sexuality, in terms of what sex you're attracted to.
By the way, not to cut you off, I say all this because I was watching Ben Shapiro talk about it, and he was like he was fucking furious. Like he's like, no, like I would not let my kids watch anything like this, and then I don't know, it just came up to me like, how much of that really does even matter? Like, are we being too like mean about it, not allowing actual other?
Well, the idea is this: I don't know what impact it will have.
Yeah, but to go off the fence and just be like, yo, it's fucking horrible.
Because the idea is this. The idea is like human sexuality, whether you're attracted to men or women, right? Most of it is biological, but then the other half is, not the other half, it's less than half significantly, I think, right? Has to do with your environment.
Of course.
And of course, your environment has a way larger impact on you when you're young.
Of course.
Than when you're old, because that's when your brain is beginning to decide what neurons to keep and which ones to throw out later on.
Right.
Okay. And basically, I don't know what the impact of that is.
That's a question that I've always had, like whenever I have kids.
Yeah.
And like, because I don't know, maybe I might feel a little weird about it, but like maybe I won't. I don't know. It's just
but I do think it is better to be heterosexual than homosexual if you could choose.
Oh, 100%. I would want my kid to be straight.
Yeah.
But like if things happen and he just ends up being gay, it's like, hey, look, I can't do anything about it. Like that's his choice. You know?
Yeah, I don't think it's a thing that a person chooses, and I don't think it makes the person inferior in any way. I just think that it makes it that it's not the optimal choice for a person.
I do agree on Ben though, on his aspect about like talking to kids about stuff like that at a young age is like, that's a stretch. Like I don't agree with that part. that the woke tries to push. Like, oh, we should speak about sexuality at such a young age, and like we should.
No.
Like that's pushing it. I don't think we should do that.
No, again, that's definitely grooming, because it's like, who gets to decide what the appropriate way to discuss sexuality is?
It should be your parents.
Well, they think that it's educators, and educators, they know jack shit about
I seen a
human
Lives a
sexuality.
TikTok girl talking about, she was like I think she was trans or some shit, and she was like, oh my god, you guys don't know nothing about hormones, this and that, nothing about biology. You can actually grow a dick. And I was like, whoa, like what the fuck, like. And yeah, I seen that the other day, and I was just like, this Lives of TikTok was, actually the Lives of TikTok person exposed themselves, like they're actually,
Yeah, I saw it.
it's a chick or some shit.
So that's one of the famous arguments that you see when some of the trans activists end up trying to defend this idea that there really is no such thing as male and female. Even biologically, there's no pure thing. And that even if you were to look at the chromosomes, it's like once you get down to the level of chromosomes, you can't even see them. So why does it matter? Right? And then that's one of the arguments against the biological side, right? And then to me, I see that it's like, well, have you never heard of the idea of a scientific construct? Right, a construct. So when you can't measure something directly, which we can, because chromosomes definitely measure directly whether you're a male or a female.
Yeah.
Right. Then you have things like primary and secondary sex characteristics, which are the things that you notably see, right, as people change, like through the lifespan. Like for example, when somebody hits puberty, a male, right, like you'll see his balls drop and fucking hair all over the place, and then women, like their breasts start to
Get
grow.
big.
They end up getting more curvy, shit like that, right? You start seeing shit like that. So that happens. You don't necessarily. The fuck was I talking about? Jesus Christ.
Talking about the chromosomes.
Yeah, the idea is this. A scientific construct basically means that
Oh, so that's what you're talking
when
about,
you can't measure something directly, you get everything that you can around
as much
it.
as you can, yeah.
That you get everything around it that appears consistently, and you measure it through that. It's basically how you measure mental illness. Now, how many of these fucking people would say that mental illness isn't real? They're always, oh, you need to be aware of mental illness. It's like, well, those scientific constructs are real.
Yeah.
The same way that the scientific constructs that discuss, right, primary, secondary sex characteristics, all of that's very real in the exact same sense.
Damn, dude.
And more so.
I seen something yesterday that I wish I could remember. It was like a Graham Hancock interview with some dude. And he was talking about how, like, depression isn't even real.
Who the fuck was that guy?
Fuck, I wish I could just bring that up and find that right quick. I don't know where it is, though. But whatever. I forgot what he had said to that, but I'm sorry for cutting you off.
That's hilarious.
Nah, but he had a good point or some shit. I forgot. Whatever.
He needs to look at some brain scans and see the actual impact of depression. He needs to be able to look at that type of shit, because that's where you see in the actual... This is biological. Right? This is biological, and you can actually see the differences. And you can actually see the differences after the treatment in the brain as well. Right? One part of it has to do... Because sometimes people with depression, they end up with a worse memory. Right?
That sucks.
And what ends up happening is, like, if a person starts taking antidepressants, for example... because they have part of what has to do with short-term memory is the hippocampus in the brain.
Okay.
And what ends up happening in depression is that people in the brain tend to have a less dense hippocampus.
Okay.
And they have a more dense amygdala. The amygdala has to do with, like, the stress response, right? Like the fight, flight, or freeze response.
Are you a fan of Graham Hancock?
Oh, I love Graham Hancock shit. Yeah.
There's a lot of people don't like him, apparently. They don't like his views on, like...
On archaeology?
Yeah. There's a lot of people against him. Why is that? I don't know much about him, so... I've seen, like, one video, too.
Well, one part of it has to do, he's not an archaeologist.
Yeah, I heard he's a journalist. That's what he does.
Yeah, he doesn't claim to be an archaeologist.
Okay.
But he sort of explores things in archaeology, and tries to sort of discuss what a lot of the Egyptologists, for example, don't want to discuss too much. Or sometimes he'll go into other fields. Like, have you ever heard of the Sphinx weather erosion theory?
No.
right? So, you know, weathering on a statue or on anything that's made out of stone, right? Basically, it makes it so that it gets deformed. It sort of decays over time.
It fucks up over time.
Yeah,
Right.
it loses the structure. Like
Sure.
if you were to build a perfect, you know, sort of statue.
Right.
So basically, there's a difference in geology between water erosion,
Okay.
right? When it rains over something or when there's a flood over something, there's a difference between water erosion and wind erosion, right? And so Graham Hancock ended up finding out later on through John Anthony West, he's excellent as well.
Uh-huh.
He's also an independent person who works on things that are related to archaeology.
Sure.
Anyways, what ended up happening is they found this geologist. I forget his name at the moment, but they got him to see the Sphinx. And at first they didn't show him. This guy, John Anthony West, he walked into his office at the university and he shows him the Sphinx, but he had it covered up. So you could only see the erosion,
Okay.
but you can't see the Sphinx. He had it covered up. And he asked him, is this wind erosion or is this due to rain? And he's like, oh, that's definitely due to rain. There's no doubt about it. And then he shows him the Sphinx and he was like, oh, shit. And he actually defended that thesis at a group for geologists, right? And they gave him an award for it.
No way.
And basically the Egyptologists are like, yeah, but like all of our other evidence doesn't support that, so no.
No.
They were like, we refuse to believe that, no.
That's it? They didn't even give
They're
him
like, fuck the more empirical evidence, we believe our stories.
That's it? That's just why they don't fuck with him? They're fucking hard-headed?
There's a lot of hard-headedness. You gotta understand, archaeology is not like it's not a science the same way that, it's not even a science the way that a social science is a science.
Okay.
You know, it's a lot more vague. Like you're depending on stories that and evidence that you got from thousands of years ago. You got these texts,
Right.
and you have to sort of interpret. And a lot of them are written like, especially because of the mystery religions. A lot of them are written in codes where like the people that are at the bottom level, they understand some part of it. And then the people in the middle, they understand more. And the people at the top, they were like the initiates. They were the ones that were interpreting the mysteries. And it was a lot of mythology that the common people thought was real, but that the adepts, the people that were initiated into the mysteries and were at a high level, those people actually understood the deeper meaning behind it.
Shit.
And that's basically what Freemasonry is.
What, are we going to talk about your journey on the Reddit? Subreddit?
Yeah, well, nah.
No?
No, let's not go into that.
All right.
No.
Dude, fucking, my man MJ got castrated when he was young.
Where'd you hear that?
Joe Rogan brings it up so many times.
I think he's into that type of shit. I think he likes that.
Dude, I've seen like so many clips of him just saying that to different
He's a
guests that he's
fucking
had.
freak.
He even thinks that MJ's kids are actually not his kids. Like,
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised at that. I mean, that's...
apparently, like the girl he had sex with never claimed that they had sex. It's a lot of weird, freaky shit.
I mean, I'll be honest with you, bro. Like, his relationships with chicks, like, that shit was weird, bro. Like, there was nothing...
I mean, we didn't even know how do we even know his relationship with chicks?
He was dating Madonna.
I remember that, but we don't really know what has Madonna said anything crazy about MJ?
Nah, she's not gonna say shit. Fuck you mean? She can't, bro. Like, you can't say anything bad about Michael Jackson, bro. You get a bunch of, like, crazy-ass people that are on the verge of suicide,
Yeah.
and they'll be like, oh, you piece of shit. And, you know, they'll go crazy because you talked about this guy who's been dead for over a decade.
His doctor fucking killed him, dude.
And perhaps, yeah.
Gave him, well, that's another Joe Rogan thing he said.
Yeah. I mean, he was on, like, when I heard that he was on, like, 11 milligrams of lorazepam a day.
Yeah.
Lorazepam is a drug similar to Xanax.
Okay.
It's just, it's weaker for the most part. It's more mild.
Mike was taking this all the time?
And yeah, he was, from what I hear, he was taking 11 milligrams of lorazepam daily, which I think is like a shitload. Like, that's, bro, you're a fucking drug addict if you're taking that. There's no way. First of all, you can't even take benzodiazepines, the Xanax class of medications,
Yeah.
for more than a few weeks without starting to develop some tolerance. I mean, Xanax is as addictive as heroin, right? And I think it's even harder to withdraw from Xanax addiction than it is from heroin.
His doctor also claimed that the reason why he changed his skin color type shit was because he couldn't see like the man in the mirror anymore. Like he just wasn't out of all the shit he went through. He was like, I need to change my look. I'm tired of this. That's what he said, dude.
Listen,
that's fucking wild.
I just remember the freakiest thing because I was watching some conspiracy videos where they were talking about Michael Jackson.
Okay, gotta love those videos.
And it was interesting because they talked about, first of all, I think Michael Jackson is still alive. These guys, right?
All right, that's it.
So this is a good start for the conspiracy. Basically, the way the conspiracy goes is this, right? They think Michael Jackson is still alive. I'll tell you why they think that. If you look at this old interview that they did, what was the name of this guy? Akon.
Okay.
Akon did an interview one time where he was talking about how he went to go see a movie with Michael Jackson, right?
Damn, I never heard this.
And when he went to go see the movie with Michael Jackson, he talked about how like you can't just pull up being Michael Jackson and Akon and just see a movie like that. It doesn't work that way. So
they pulled up to an actual theater?
They pulled up to a theater, but like what happened was Akon talked about in the interview how Michael Jackson's disguise when he went out in public was to be disguised as a burn victim.
Oh, right. I think I remember that.
Because he has vitiligo.
Yeah.
And so he gets those stains on his. So he was dressed up as the burn victim, and he had like the hoodie. He had everything on, right?
I remember that. Yeah.
And basically, Akon said, he describes what happened as the burn victim, and then as soon in the conspiracy theory video that I'm watching, as soon as they show Akon saying that, they also show an interview after Michael Jackson's death. On the Larry King show.
Okay.
And on the Larry King show, there was this guy who had the most ridiculous name. I can't even remember it right now.
Sure.
But that name made no sense, and it sounded very similar to something like. It gave me it sounded almost like Michael Jackson shit. It sounded almost like a nickname for Michael Jackson. His name, his real name.
Okay.
And it was odd because I'm seeing this, and he's talking about how when he was very young, he ended up being a burn victim because this guy was severely burned.
Right.
This guy that I'm talking about. He's talking to Larry King. He's like, I met, and he had the same voice as Michael Jackson.
Man.
But I met Michael Jackson when I was young.
Yeah. Fanatic. He was probably like a really big MJ fan.
Bro, it was weird as fuck. I'm seeing this interview with this guy who is claiming that, he met Michael Jackson when he was young and they stayed knowing each other.
Oh, man.
All these years. And he was just talking about what a great guy. Michael Jackson's such a great guy. Yeah, he was giving out. And I'm thinking to myself, like, holy shit, I never thought about it. I mean, I saw it and I was like, holy shit, this is creepy. Because I actually did see that interview when Michael Jackson died of this burn victim on the Larry King show talking about how Michael Jackson made him feel like it was okay, because Michael Jackson got burned too. He got his hair burned. He had vitiligo. He had 28 surgeries, whatever.
Jesus.
And who knows how many nose surgeries he had, it's fucking hilarious. But this guy's there on that TV show. I'm thinking to myself, what the fuck am I looking at? What the fuck is going on?
There's so many. MJ was the most famous fucking guy on earth.
No doubt.
Like the fact that he even accomplished that and had to live with that.
Yeah.
Like he probably had one of the most fucked up lives of all time.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard not to see it that way.
Like as successful as he was, businessly, financially.
Okay, so
like that motherfucker probably like went through it, dude. Kind of feel bad for Mike, dog. Like he probably just being that famous wasn't even healthy.
Well, I'm actually trying to find this guy right now because.
Please, I need to see this footage. Dude, I fucking think
Larry King shows video. This is some ghost shit. I don't know what the fuck these people are on about, but I'm trying to find here on the Larry King show this guy that appeared and he looked exactly like Michael Jackson. And he was basically a burn victim.
Dude, I was thinking of I'd be thinking of bits for comedy.
The guy's name was Dave.
That is so based.
Dave. I'm thinking to myself, bro, this is the most bullshit story I've ever heard about.
I know a chick that I used to like smash that
Yo.
Her dad had, what the fuck? Her dad had like the same first and last name. What the fuck?
This is Dave. Folks, I'm just showing V here what Dave looks like. You know, he's a burn victim.
Poor guy, man. That
And
sucks.
basically, Dave.
He looks like the guy from American Horror Story.
Yeah. Well, anyways, this is just the weirdness that I'm trying to present to you. Because if you look at that interview, like, bro, I'm thinking to myself, like, you kind of sound like him.
I mean, he's probably just a huge fan.
Bro, I'm sorry, bro. You got to see it. You got to see it for yourself.
I'll look it up.
I'm not saying it's true. It's probably bullshit, but...
What other crazy theories are there about MJ?
About Michael Jackson?
Yeah, there's not much, right?
Oh, I didn't even tell you the worst part about that conspiracy theory.
Keep on. Oh, yeah, you're the video, whatever.
They also went on to talk about how other celebrities, they let them fake their deaths.
Oh, God.
So they don't have to deal with anything, and so they fake their deaths and some sort of fake ritual sacrifice. They think this happened with Tupac.
Oh, I already knew that name was coming
they
up.
think there's like entire cities underground for people like that. And they get to like live there. It's like they don't get to ever go outside, but they get to like live there underground. It's sort of
like that movie, what's it called? What's the Jordan Peele movie that he made after Get Out? Fuck.
Us. Yeah.
You ever seen Us?
Yeah, I seen that movie.
About like there was like these people living in the undergrounds.
Yeah.
That was an actual thing?
No, I'm not saying that was an actual thing.
I'm just asking just in general though, like why that was such a Jordan Peele. You know what I feel of Jordan Peele? I feel like he tries to be on the Stanley Kubrick shit.
Yeah, I definitely see some of that influence going on.
Extreme heavy influence.
Yeah,
like
he tries to be very mysterious in his films.
100%.
Where there's like some sort of mystery, and it's so bizarre and so odd that you just can't help but look away. It's a horror film, but you're like, I'm not in it for the horror necessarily. I'm in it for the mystery and the oddness of it all.
The oddness of it all is 100%. Like the auras of his movies for sure.
Yeah, I get that.
Yeah, I don't know. I just have you seen Get Out 2? What is your thoughts on Get Out?
I didn't see Get Out 2.
No, not 2. Like literally, like just Get Out.
Oh yeah, I saw Get Out.
What are your thoughts on it?
Yeah, I thought that was hilarious because I was thinking like, all right, so
since you are the anti-woke man, what's your thoughts on that? Like, there's a lot of white privilege in that movie type shit, right?
Oh yeah, I thought there was some like there were some shout outs to woke shit.
100%. No, yeah.
But I think the movie in general, I enjoyed the movie a lot.
Overall, you enjoyed it.
Yeah, I thought it was a great movie.
Okay.
I did, especially when they showed the horror of him being in like the Get Out shit,
yeah,
like
yeah,
where that white therapist lady, she hypnotized them, which is not how hypnosis works, but
with
whatever.
a spoon over a fucking lemonade tea that she had type shit.
I found it amazing that like she just well, obviously it's fiction.
Of course, yeah.
And the brain part, when I saw the brain part, I think I had already taken like
is it trying to be fiction though? I mean, it is fiction.
I think I had already taken like biopsychology.
Okay.
Right? And there's no the way your brain is just, there is no part of your brain that makes you.
Okay.
So
sure,
you can't just like take one piece out and put another in and be like Frankenstein shit. And like the black main character, he's like all the way deep in the subconscious, barely alive, like trying to
right. He's trying to get out type shit, literally.
Exactly. And then the white guy, he sort of replaced most of him, but it's like you're having a roommate in your consciousness. It's like, I don't know.
It's a based way to go at it. Like when you look at the movie in hindsight,
yeah,
because overall it's a good watch, you know.
I'm sure there's some woke interpretations about some sort of supposed deeper meaning.
I mean, the whole meaning is like you trying to get out of like this white neighborhood, or like the way the whites people were living, or just the way they act, or it's like there's some evilness to it in a way.
Do you remember the black guy in the movie who like
he was one of the first ones who got hypnotized?
Yeah, but the one that the skinny black guy who was wearing like this hat and he was acting like the whitest man in town.
Yeah, 100%.
And you see that
a second happens where he gets like, he starts crying. He's like, get out. Like that's like his real self, like telling the black dude to like get the fuck out of here. These white people are evil type shit.
And that acting was so well done, by the way.
No, the movie was fire.
Excellent
for sure.
job on that guy's part. Like that was terrific. But the idea there would be like, there's this white consciousness that's taking over black consciousness.
Good way to put it. Yes.
Right. And that black consciousness It's not. So it's sort of if you choose to see it that way,
Right.
it could sort of be a reflection of how some people interpret society from a woke perspective.
That's why I brought it up, because it does have a little of that woke perspective in it. If you want to look at it that way, obviously it's a fun, cool film.
And the way we're looking at it is sort of like a mystic, a sort of a mysterious way. It's sort of like a symbolic interpretation.
Yeah.
So you're sort of taking like the shit that we see in that we see the woke culture spread, right? And then
I mean, a lot of stereotypes are true.
Oh yeah, stereotypes can be true.
You know what I mean?
In the sense that for the most part they do occur.
The majority, I mean, that's why it's a stereotype.
It's like the majority of men beat off. You know, dudes
for sure
dudes
true.
beat off a lot. It's like, yeah, it's true.
That's 100%.
That's true.
I don't even gotta look at stats for that.
Yeah.
just being a guy.
I've seen the stats, and the issue is like bro. They tried to do a research about like the psychological effects of masturbation.
Okay.
And I forgot what the specific hypothesis was, but it doesn't matter. The point is this: they couldn't find enough men who don't masturbate for the control group.
Oh man, Theo Von's assistant. I don't know if he was trolling, but like, there's a clip that like Theo Von's asking him like, "Yo, bro, like, when's the first time?" He pretty much asked him like, "Yo, when's the first time you beat off?" Because he's young. He's probably like in his 20s or some shit, and he's like, "Nah, man, never did it."
Oh hell no.
So then he's like, "Whoa!" Like Theo Von's like, "What the fuck?" Like, damn, that's crazy. Da-da-da.
Did he try to get him to do it right there?
No,
like, give it a shot, man. Give it a shot.
And then he's like, "Damn it, man," or like, "I need to fix my Theo Von impersonation." But and then he's like, "Damn, so like, what do you do when you get the urge?" And then he's like, "Never got the urge." And then he's like,
"Fuck out of here."
He's like, "Damn, man, like that's but yeah, it's just base. Like, I don't know if he was trolling, but to never have beaten off,
that's impossible.
That's a wild stat.
Only Michael Jackson could have accomplished that after being castrated, you know?
I mean, you can still beat off even being castrated.
Yeah, but like,
technically, obviously.
You think Sporus beat off?
Damn, why we gotta bring the homie in here?
That's Michael Jackson.
Damn, dude. If that's true, that's so fucked up.
I know.
How could you neuter your fucking kid?
I don't know how you could do some shit like that, but it's apparently that's the case.
Just fucking neuter rapists, right?
But then it would make it harder for him to probably rape those kids, right? Like very little testosterone, just the
Mike didn't do it, bro.
All the estrogen filled.
He didn't do it, bro.
I'm just saying, if he did it poorly, you know.
How do you even? That's a touchy subject, dog. Damn.
What, the Michael Jackson raping kids?
I mean, just not having balls.
It's a touchy. I mean,
it's a touchy. It's literally like a huge aspect or a huge part of like Fight Club. That's like the reason why.
Right.
Well, the narrator, the guy doesn't have a name, but the main dude.
Well, I don't know if I've told you this, but my shit hangs low.
Listen, bro.
You know, and I think it's a gift.
I think if you lose your balls and you start you could start fucking growing tits. Is that true? That's something that happens in the movies with one of the dudes.
You see this a lot when guys, they used to take a lot of steroids.
His name was Robert Paulson.
Yeah.
All right, bro.
That's how well you remember. Okay, so if you ended up, because I don't know about getting those type of tits that
right, that could have been exaggerated.
But I know that guys who took a lot of steroids, for example,
they get tits.
If they just stop taking it like that, right? A lot of them get what you call bitch tits.
Oh no.
Which makes you look more like feminine tits, right?
That sucks, bro.
So that happens.
Damn, that sucks. What do you think? There's a lot of people that take steroids.
A lot?
Yeah, all these big dudes, like the Rock. You think
if you go to the gym?
You think the Rock takes steroids? Joe Rogan claims he does.
The Rock definitely takes steroids. There's no way he doesn't. He's full of shit if he says he doesn't.
I don't think he's ever even said anything about it, but
yeah, I don't think he should have to, bro.
No, I'm not saying you have to, but
I do think Hulk Hogan was a piece of shit for just telling kids eat your vitamins and fuck you.
Yeah, he was steroid mad for sure.
Get the fuck out. You were taking coke with hookers and shit. Your kids were back home and your fucking wife.
You remember his show? You remember when he used to have his show?
That I don't know why the fuck he did that.
It was on MTV or VH1. That shit was all over. I used to watch that shit.
I used to watch that shit.
It was based.
I'm thinking, bro, this
There's
guy.
actually a funny ass scene where Hulk Hogan is jamming to some Young Jeezy, like in his truck, and it's just fucking hilarious. Like it's on Twitter somewhere. Like I liked it. to some like I forgot what song it was by Young Jeezy. But fuck, what was I gonna bring up right now? I just fucking forgot. Bringing up Hulk Hogan show made me forgot.
But yeah, the interpretation of it. This is what I like about symbolism, though, is that there's so many ways to interpret it that you could really hide a mystery behind it.
Oh yeah, we were talking about Jordan Peele movies.
Yeah.
Have you seen the new one?
The
Nope.
new one.
Nope.
Oh no, I haven't seen it. No.
It's like has to do with like aliens.
No, have you seen that?
Nah, I want to actually watch it.
I might watch it. Yeah.
That's like he's only like he's one of the filmmakers that like I kind of get excited for.
I actually respect like that he was able to do that transition and do it well. Like I think he actually did a good job. Like I don't
100%.
I don't give a fuck. You know how woke you are. Like when you're talking about art, like the art stands for itself, despite whether or not I agree with you politically. It doesn't.
No, 100%. That's the last thing. If it's a good film, that's all I care about.
Yeah.
But Ben Shapiro would say differently. He's like, yo, no woke shit in it. Like it can't be. I mean, a lot of conservatives are
but like he's a fucking he's Orthodox Jewish. Like he's fucking.
He's already not watching a lot of shit.
This is a
just
guy who
like,
can't pick up the phone on Saturday. You know what I mean? Like this is the level.
Is that a thing or just a thing that he does?
The Sabbath, you have to respect the Sabbath, bro.
What is that? You can't use your phone?
The Sabbath is just a day of resting. It sort of symbolizes in man doing the same shit that in man it symbolizes doing the same shit that God did when he created the earth. In Genesis it says that God created the earth in 7 days. And it's actually 6 days because
He rests on the 7th?
he rests on the 7th, right?
Oh, okay.
Go on, what were you gonna say?
What was I gonna say? I was gonna ask, in regards to speaking to like, I mean, we could cut this off if you don't want to have it, but like talking to like Freemasons
Yeah.
in public forums or like on apps, whatever the case is, Reddit, fucking, how far can you teeter the line between asking them what you really want to know?
I mean, if you try to ask them, like
They'll probably block you from the subreddit immediately type shit.
it depends on how you do it. Because if you try to ask them, like, for what are your secrets or whatever, they'll just be like, oh, here's another fucking guy saying the same shit.
Sure.
A lot of it is just they're annoyed with people hearing the same fucking question again and again and again.
Mm-hmm.
And to them, it's so mundane and so stupid that they just don't even feel like answering it, and they feel annoyed by it. And it's like, dude, can't you use Google? Like, why are you annoying us with this shit? You know.
I mean, that's their whole thing. I mean, do you think they just play the act and just try to be like, yeah, dude, whatever, like...
I mean, whatever mysteries they have, there's few left, man. Like, the internet nowadays, like, you can read all their shit. Like, all their shit. Like, you don't even need to become a Mason to
know about it,
to
yeah.
understand the what they get out of it's one way of approaching what they do. What they are, or what they claim to be, is the successor of the mystery schools.
Right.
And the mysteries were basically the true expression of what the basic religion doesn't tell regular people. So like if you look at it in Christianity, I was talking to you about like the literal interpretation is the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. And there's what a lot of people think about that, right?
Yeah.
But then there's like the actual interpretation that the adepts knew, right? The people that were initiated and were higher, you know, they were considered wise enough and worthy enough to be able to receive the actual interpretations of the mystery that make more sense and that hold deeper meanings or whatever.
Dude, I need to show you this creepy ass video I seen from the History Channel.
Yeah.
Check it out.
Introducing.
You think the History Channel's full of shit?
Do I think the history? Yeah. Oh, hell yes.
There's a lot of videos I seen that they're like full of shit now. Back then it was like way more...
No, bro, when I was a kid, like, bro, they had like genuine history documentaries
Right.
and educational. Now they're talking about aliens, and I'm like, bro, reality has been dumbed down beyond imagination.
This is a weird ass creature they found.
And ultimately, they stumble across this strange 3-foot creature lying in the snow.
Looks like a fucking like small ass ET.
That's just a dead midget.
Sort of a dark grayish skin color, no hair or
It's really small, like really, really
I
small.
immediately can tell this isn't human because it's very small, and it also doesn't have
That was a-
the formed chin and cranium of a human.
It could just be a dog with Down syndrome, like you.
Here's the really wild thing. This might not even be the first like this to appear in Russia.
In 1996,
That shit looks scary as shit.
a local woman discovered a strange creature in the wilderness. It was nicknamed Alashenka by the media, but according to the woman, the creature was still alive when she discovered it.
Creepy as shit. There's so much shit out there in the world that we don't know about. I was gonna ask, should we call Kev and get an update before we end this?
Yeah, fuck it. Call Kev.
I haven't talked to Kev in a minute. Who knows where he's at? Let's see if he even picks up.
For all I know, bro, he's in Tijuana fucking some hooker right now. Yeah.
Swag. Let's
Kev's
get it.
out there getting down, bro. He's not fucking around.
He hasn't came back yet. We need a pod with this man,
We
dog,
got
in
a
person.
pod. We got a pod, bro. He always had some wild shit going on.
Yo,
What's poppin', dog?
what's good, Kev? What you up to?
Chilling, like a villain, you know the deal.
Kev,
You are right now exclusively live on the VNA podcast with me and Ape.
I don't know how else to put it, Kev. We just put you in the spotlight right now.
Shout out to all my peers.
Man, what is going on, Kev? How you been?
Oh, I've been. That's
You
all I
been,
can
bruh?
say, really.
Bro, already he's into the mysteries, bro. How have you been? I've been.
That's
Yeah,
a good
because
answer.
I can't say I have been not, you know?
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
So I mean, with in the midst of men just, you know, trying to get vaginas and vaginas trying to beat, you know, penises and stuff, I feel like I'm okay.
That's what I'm saying, bro.
The world is good, you know. Andrew Tate's still alive. Still
Beautiful, beautiful.
Let me, Kev, what's your thoughts on the Tate thing, right quick? Give us a quick synopsis or whatever.
So I would put it like this. Like imagine if you in a swamp, right? And you was an alligator, and you're like, oh, I'm gonna get this duck or whatever the fuck, and then out of nowhere there's hawk, right, or there's eagle. They say just comes and be like, hey, yo, you can't be eating all these ducks, these shit, cause they got freedoms and rights and shit. And what do you want that duck out your face? I mean, the hawk out your face?
Sure.
Bro, Kev, that's like the Hispanic joke. Don't worry.
5-star.
Forget about it. Forget about it.
5-star analogy, Kev. Keep going.
You feel me? So like, I don't know. I mean, he. I don't think he's in jail. I think
he's out already.
Yeah, he's definitely been out because there's nothing to like. Have you seen his lawyer? Have you seen Andrew Tate's lawyer?
Nah, I think he sent me a video. Yeah, it's like
The
some
guy that knows a guy.
Yeah.
The guy that knows the guy that knows the guy, bro.
That was the caption and shit, right? Yeah.
That literally was the caption.
Bro, I'm
'Cause, like,
sorry, Kev. I gotta tell you, I saw that guy, and the way he was dressed, he was like covered up with like a big ass, like
Yeah.
a tuxedo coat. You know what I mean? And it was like, I'm thinking, bro, that's not a fucking lawyer. That's two kids, one on top of each other. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I think he still had freckles and shit.
That was ridiculous.
Yo, where are you currently right now, Kev? Are you still in your expedition?
Yeah. Right now I'm just getting my money. So because you know I'm not a top G, I'm a top K.
Respect.
Top K, let's go.
Respect.
So yeah, bro. I mean, I feel like we don't even. I was gonna say start a revolution, but that's ghetto. You feel me? Like, we need an evolution.
Evolution.
Okay, you took the R out.
Hey, let's go.
You feel me? Because R just gives us problems. Like nobody has respect. Nobody has roads or.
Right, and everybody's retarded, you know?
Keep trying to.
If we don't speak Spanish, like nah, fuck that.
Oh man.
Man, I'm with you, Kev.
I think last time we spoke, you said you were in Texas. Are you still there?
Yeah. Last time we spoke, I think I was in Dallas, if I'm not mistaken. Now I'm in San Antonio.
San Antonio. Okay.
SA, number one in human trafficking, baby.
Damn.
Sheesh. How is it over there?
Well, it's good. I pass by this Mason Lodge every day on my way to work, You know, it's on top of a daycare facility.
Interesting. That's where
That's I'm not gonna lie, that's fishy.
the brotherhood gets down.
It's on top of a daycare facility and back of a Catholic church. So I think, you know, God
Alright.
plays. He's a comedian.
Nah, hold on, Kev. I'm more worried about the Catholic Church next to it than the Masonic.
Yeah, forget about the Freemason dudes. Like,
Bro, Masons and Catholics are cousins, bro. They cousins.
They cousins,
You know
but
what I'm saying? The enemy of my enemy is my friend.
listen, every religion is the cousin of Masonry.
Indeed, and honestly, that's why I'm still with the mystery schools, because they slacking. They literally be like, they ain't wet.
yo, did we ever talk about the fact that supposedly the writer of The Matrix also wrote Terminator? Did you see that video?
No, I didn't know that, but good job.
And apparently it's about like how Neo is like the chosen one, like he's like, or like I forgot what it is.
He
like,
is, because I saw the other two Matrix movies.
yeah, but like it's the two movies are connected though in a sense. Like
Oh, okay, so it's
apparently the Terminator is before the Matrix. Is like the Terminator. He came back in time.
right, he's like Sarah Connor, SC, Jesus Christ, JC. That's what she was saying. Like, damn, I wish I had that video right now. That shit was interesting as fuck. And then like supposedly Neo is like the one that's trying to save humanity, eventually technology, all this, etc. Yeah, you get it.
Have you seen the third Matrix?
yeah,
haven't.
I saw it.
I heard it was dog shit.
Yeah, at the end, basically, he squares up with computers, and he's like, "Yo, we just gotta live in harmony and peace and whatever the fuck."
Wow.
And yeah, it's kind of gay.
OG Neo wouldn't have had that.
No, he wouldn't let that slide.
I mean, that's pretty much what people want to do with artificial intelligence, right?
Fuck that to an extent.
To an extent. So I kind of agree with fuck that.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, we don't need AI. We just like, they're making it believe that we need it because half of our DNA is turned off.
Bro, we are AI.
We is the AI, exactly, but we like, cause we already artificial. We think we're natural and shit. Like I feel like we are just dumb as fuck, and we haven't really discovered our true capability as humans. Cause like we still shit, we
Kev,
still walk.
I'm
Like,
telling you. That's what I'm saying. Like, look, go right now. You go right now on Pornhub and you watch midget porn and tell me we're not in a simulation. Tell me. Tell me this is
honestly,
real.
bro, it's not. It's
Shout out
not
to the
because-
midgets, man.
because how can something half your size cause twice as much?
That's what I'm saying.
You feel me? Because if you get like a major prostitute, they cost twice as much, bro.
Damn,
Like,
didn't even
that
think of it
makes
like that. They are
It makes
special.
clothes because they're exotic. or
That's what
whatever
I'm
the fuck.
saying.
They are definitely exotic.
Like I fucked some girl that she almost legally could have been a midget, but you know, I'm not here to bust anybody's balls because that's somebody's baby mama right now and shit.
Ooh, Kev bringing the
So-
spice to the pod.
Kev, I got so much respect for you right now.
Without the tea.
I respect it. We got to, yo, Kev, we got to take the pod to the next level this year, bro.
Honestly, I feel like we should like do flights and shit. I'm down to fly over there. And,
Listen, bro, come through one of these weekends or any day that we can. Let's pod, dude.
Let's fucking do it, Kev.
because you feel me. I feel like the generations in the future need us. You know.
They need
because-
our voices.
Honestly, there's no real G's, there's no real K's, there's no real B's, there's no real like there's no real nothing anymore. Everybody has plastic dicks and plastic boobs and plastic lips, like my shit 100% thorough.
K is actually in the Masonic world. K is actually something I forgot. I read that's why like Kyrie, Kanye, Kendrick, Kodak are all like into the Hebrew Israelites thing. This is like an IG video I was
That
watching.
is the most
Bro,
out there stretch.
Why you think my mom named me Kevin? Because
There we go.
Oh, you're one of them too?
No. She was thinking of Kevin.
So I brought it up.
Kevin Samuels, right? Kevin
Samuels. And if you add up your birthday, all the digits into one, that's your astrology number. And like,
Yes, sir.
Let's
Yes,
see
sir.
what I got.
Numerology. My number is 11, and it rhymes with Kevin.
Your number's 11?
11, Kevin, 11.
That's why Kyrie 11 is actually the.
I gotta check what mine is.
That's
Kev.
why
Fuck.
Kyrie's number is 11. That's why like his birthday number is 11. He's into all that shit too.
That's why I say my name 3 times, because, I got to get to 33. Kevin. You feel me?
This nigga, Ape is adding up his numbers. He's 36, bro.
I got 36, Kev.
Oh, shit.
Don't know what that means.
Can you
but
tell me what the fuck that means? Because those are 2 sacred numbers, the 3 and the 6. And if you add them up, they get to the most sacred, which is the 9.
Which is the 9.
And they're one step away from the perfect number, which is 10.
And 10 is just a 1 and a 0, so it goes back to the 1.
Exactly.
That's really just one number, right?
I'm one step away from perfect unity.
So Nikola Tesla said that if you really want to know the secrets of the universe, you got to think a number in terms of waves, vibrations, and frequencies. And if you add the numbers, every number in the history of numberdom, they equal to 3, 6, and 9. 1 plus like if you get basically the sound vibrations and the numbers that come from actually studying them, they are equal to 3, 6, and 9. 360. 3 plus 6 plus 0 is 9.
Kev,
Everything. Yeah, what's up?
I'm completely 100% with you, but I will say this. Nikola Tesla died broke, alone, and full of pigeon shit.
Because he wasn't a top K. He wasn't a top G.
He fucked up.
He was, and the boys in blue were trying to get to him, and
He was a genius, but he was asleep at the same time.
He was asleep at the same time. Like, how you go to JP
I
Morgan?
think he probably had more potential than like a lot of people now.
Oh, there's no doubt about it.
Like I didn't like how Neil kind of put him down.
Bro, he discovered alternating current. If Neil put him down, he can eat 28 dicks. Neil hasn't done shit.
It's not that he put him down, but like it's just he was like, oh no, he wasn't
Neil
right.
hasn't contributed shit to humanity's knowledge. All he does is teach people a dumbed down version of shit that he already knows because other people made it.
You have to give the guy credit because he's just doing it because they grabbed him by the balls. Like he's also part of the matrix of the whole infrastructure of people. So he's definitely amazing.
I think
with an apron.
By the way, I could definitely see Neil deGrasse Tyson as a Mason.
No, but I have a deeper theory, Kev. I have a deeper theory about Neil deGrasse Tyson. I think he was actually born Nia deGrasse Tyson. And I think that, he has a vagina. It's a hairy one, and it's disgusting, and it's actually a filthy, disgusting hole, but...
So you wouldn't go down there?
Listen, when I see it and when I got the shots in my system, who knows what's going to happen? You might push it to the limit,
And maybe there's some tequila and rum in that bitch, and, one thing next to another. He said something that your grandma said once.
Never say never, Kev. Never say never.
But yeah, dude, you gotta come down here, dude. We gotta pot again.
Yeah, definitely. And honestly,
when can you come through?
So you know where Barbara Goldman is?
Where?
Yeah, Barbara Goldman.
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah, Barbara Goldman.
So that has nothing to do with what I'm about to say.
Okay. Okay.
So
Thanks, guys.
For my birthday, May 1st.
Okay. You're pulling up?
Yeah, I'll go down. Maybe we could pot and shit. And
Okay.
I feel like we need to get on different platforms now because, people don't. I don't even know if it's a good idea for people to know our faces.
You're really starting to get scared, huh?
No, not scared. Respect.
Okay. The podcast is an audio platform.
You've revealed too much, Kev.
You feel me? So either we push it up a notch and we show people our faces and the microphones and the place where we podcast, or we keep it in. We turn it up a notch in a sense of, okay, what are we talking about?
Listen, since the podcast is audio for now, I'm down to turn up as much as you guys want. I give no fucks in the sense of
I don't give a fuck.
Like we could talk about whatever. Like I'm like a not a public figure, but like I put myself out there in the sense there's pictures of me, but like I'm not really worried.
I'm not a public figure, but I am a figure.
In public, let's go. I already knew that one was coming. Let's get it.
And I feel like we have a responsibility. We have a responsibility as men with big balls and shit.
Honestly, honestly, listen to him, Ape.
Just shit. Because
He's not hearing you. He's not hearing you,
No,
Kev.
I'm with you, Kev.
it's okay, because let's talk about my balls real quick. Because like the circumference of each of them, right? Let's say I have 2.5.
That depends on how you measure them, though. Like from
the
up
left
to.
one is always, it hangs lower. Remember how the left one always hangs lower? So because of gravity, and then having so much sperm on my left one, you know, that made me kind of like hit my head one time because I just tripped and fell on them. You know, they were just hanging so low, and then I came to a conclusion like, oh fuck, you know, in the future we're gonna have other men with big balls, and they're gonna trip on their own balls like I did. So instead of just like, hey, yo, be careful with your balls. Why don't we, you know, come up with a system and teach them how to grab them before they fall?
Right.
Because
Sure.
like, it's like I deal with this every day. I wake up, I step on it. I'm like, fuck. Here goes another day, just me having big balls. What am I gonna
Jesus.
Would you say that your whole life you've been tripping balls?
Are your balls like damaged, like from all the tripping? I'm assuming they're like scarred the fuck up and like just like.
Actually, like over time, they just get swoller and swoller and bigger and bigger and bigger. So it's just an issue. I think.
Are you concerned that it might be a tumor, or?
I mean, I try to put it in the microwave, but it don't. You know, it don't do anything.
You tried killing this shit like that?
So it's like genuine. It's real. It's
Yeah,
it's
I
really
have to go
just
check-
part of
I
the
have to go check
manhood
the
within.
doctor, you know, but I have this bad luck of just, you know, like every time I go to a doctor, they're all females and they just end up sucking it. And I'm like, no, I came here for cure.
God.
Damn, bro, that's
Yeah.
very
That's
very inconsiderate.
Yeah, man.
Unfortunately, you know, that's America.
How
You
could
know,
they?
You know, where bitches want to suck dick, and
I think
some
it's
guys-
honestly it's racism, to be honest with you. That's what I blame.
Honestly, because this wouldn't happen if I was white.
No, I don't. No. White men have it so
Yeah.
easy.
I don't have proper health care and whatever the fuck. But back to the big balls. So I feel like we should you know make like a group of individuals that share the common interest of protecting their balls, and you know, because of we're just gathering all these people, there's gonna be a lot of pubic hair. You know, so we need some chicks to just braid our pubic hair, you know, on the side and give us drinks and serve us 2 coffees at a time, like Top G. Because I think we need this. I think we need this.
Top G drinks coffee. What did you say?
Because you know how Andrew Tate says that he would make his girlfriends make him 2 coffees and would only drink 1.
Oh, that's one of his things.
Yeah, because
That's so best.
one of his girls got mad, like, oh, you why you make me do 2 coffees and you don't even drink the other one? And then he's like, bitch, I fly you out in a private jet from Romania to Paris and all this shit, and you can't make me a second cup of coffee? Like, shut the fuck up.
Oh, okay, that's what you mean, yeah.
So I feel like
Unworthy heathens.
yeah. Aside from raising these motherfuckers, we have to raise ourselves. You know, we have to. Honestly, I want to start a race. Like, I feel like Andrew Tate.
A new race?
A race? No, not like racism. Like a race, a carrera, like a
A career?
race. Career.
Or an actual race.
Like, you want people, like, racing with you? Like, what? How are we doing this?
Well, a race
On foot?
To like who could become a millionaire first?
Oh, okay.
Oh, we can have that race.
Yeah, that's... Yeah,
Bet. Go for it.
Let's do it.
Shit, let's start right now.
Yeah, let's start.
We've been starting.
Yeah, we've actually.
Subconsciously, we've been started that, but...
Yeah, no lie. I even have it on my phone wallpaper. You know, all the goals I need. You know,
Swag.
sexy and healthy body, $33 million.
Nutsack reduction.
That's... Yeah, you need that, Kev. Remember.
You feel me? So, you know, once we become whatever we need to become, then we need to start, you know, being fucking leaders of our shit.
We gotta be leaders of the new generation, and our voices must be held on such a pedestal that, like, once people hear our voices, like, they cry, they, like...
I think that's appropriate.
There's all type of emotions toward it.
We're being fully rational here, to be honest with, because I think you're understating it.
Then what would be the appropriate...
Well, I don't want to say it, but because it's sacred, but...
Okay, got it.
There's more to it.
I know he's studying the mystery schools, man.
Yeah.
I know it.
But yeah, we need to be those voices. We really need to turn this pod up and really show people.
There needs to be a Velasco statue in Hialeah.
Oh no, no.
Listen, now we're
Exactly.
potting. Now we're potting.
100%.
Now we're fucking potting.
And
Yeah.
it has to have, and it's to dispense free blunts. Just
Ooh.
grab a rolled blunts from the
Right.
bottom every time you say Velasco.
I gotta be naked like the Greek homies though.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
I gotta be.
Yeah, but you don't want to be like the ones that have like the tiny little.
Let me be a little hard.
They might grab the blunt from there, you know.
Let me be, you know, like
Where do they grab the blunt from?
the Greek homies were on real soft shit. Like they were just like,
Oh, God.
fuck it,
That's
bro.
why
No,
they
that was
got
because they
taken
enjoyed.
over.
That was back then when all that homosexuality shit was very popular over there, and they would actually make the small. They were more attracted to it. The dudes that would be pounding those.
I mean, I get it in that sense why they would be,
I'm
but,
just putting that out there as.
but that is based. I doubt the chicks were like, yeah, little man, let's go.
Ooh, let me feel all that little shit inside.
Listen,
The
me.
more space, the
Yeah.
better. Let's get it.
I mean, in their favor, maybe women back then, they weren't as traumatized. They didn't have that much baby daddy issues as women.
They were fucking back
didn't
then, for
big
sure.
Cocks all over their shits.
They were getting it on way better than how we get it
Orgies
on now.
were very popular back then.
100%.
Very popular.
There wasn't all these social constructs.
There
and
were
like,
even religious orgies, you know.
damn.
Actually, Christmas was a
Oh, yeah.
religious orgy. Christmas was just a fucking pagan holiday to get fucked up and have orgies.
100%. But look, part of it was like, if you look at Astarte, that was like a whole goddess dedicated to prostitution of underage girls. That was called sacred prostitution. When girls reach puberty, they would just get their brains fucked out by a stranger, and it would be called sacred.
That's so based.
Yeah.
What the fuck? Yeah, fucking Christians.
But
Christianity is just fucking psychedelics. These dudes that were just eating fucking edibles one day and we're just like, yo,
You ate of the fruit of knowledge,
here it is.
and you have become
'cause-
as we are.
There we go.
because I feel like all humans is based, and back in the day, like the scriptures, they had all this holy shit, and humans were just based. So we're like, oh,
I don't think all humans are based, Kev. I'm gonna have to challenge you on that one.
You gotta earn that.
Yeah, that's not something that you just throw away and just give to somebody. They gotta really earn that.
Of course, and that's what I'm saying. That's the whole trick. Because
Sure, everyone has potential to be based.
That's what I think Kev is getting at, though, is like the inner baseness that one can express.
achieve,
It's
can
like
achieve.
a muscle, like you gotta use it.
God made us with a level of baseness inside us. But the Matrix is trying to make us believe that we're not based. But in reality, everybody is based. And the whole scripture of the Bible and the Quran and all these religions are basically telling us, yo, you based. You can walk on water, you based. You got all this crazy shit.
Right.
And the Matrix is just letting, yo, no, you gotta grow up and then get a 401k and then maybe get into crypto a little bit, but on the safe side.
Oh, shit.
It give you all these rules that you forget you based.
Yo, Kev, my laptop is literally about to die. You don't have to hang up, but we do have to end this.
It'd be like that.
Damn.
So let's just say our goodbyes. Listen, everybody, we are officially back. We're coming back with a vengeance. V and Ape, you assholes, you booty lickers, you.
We're not fucking around, bitch.
We're trying to pod straight out of Epstein's Island. We're trying to pod straight out of
On God. The Vatican's part.
the Vaticans. We're podding everywhere this year. Who knows
We're
where
having orgies with Greta Thunberg, bro. We're not playing here.
Let's go, dog.
Watch you smoke some blunts.
We're doing it all, guys.
So to all the people that got offended last year by us, I can, respectfully suck our dicks.
Did anyone get offended? I don't think so, right?
They better.
I mean, I hope somebody does.
All right, guys, we're out. My laptop's dying. Peace.
Peace.